As the three of you move beyond the entrance to the cavern, you feel the ground shakes subtly as the large worm-like creature rolls itself back in front of the gate, blocking you in.
Rose is exactly in the middle of the path. There's no... She's avoiding the candles entirely. She's exactly in the middle.
Roll me perception, Rose.
Aight. Ooh, 4.
All right. You do notice that candles appear out of nowhere.
That's just not fair.
Not around you, but they do appear, this one corner of the building that didn't have a candle. You look there again, and suddenly there's a candle. And it's not like the candles are moving, it's just new ones are appearing.
Are old ones disappearing?
No.
So eventually this place is just going to fill up with candles. There'll be nothing else but candles.
I mean, it's called the Cavern of Flames, so I mean...
All the more reasons she doesn't want to be here. Can we just... go?
I mean, I'm kind of just meandering down the path. I mean, Igor has been informed that there are apparently some very old ghosts here that know something about the ziggurat at the end, so he's just walking till he finds the end.
Is Igor actually paying attention to the path, or is he just wandering forward?
I mean, like... what do you to define paying attention to the path?
I have stated, I believe, the last time your character was wandering through this area, that the path does get tricky.
Well, I mean, if he gets lost, I guess.
Roll me with survival, please.
It's not like there's there's no signboard that says "to ancient Neolithic village." I don't think, at least.
Somehow, miraculously, you are able to somewhat follow the path. There's a couple occasions that, Röslein, with your perception, you notice a very large moth flits between, just out of vision. The light of the candles catch it just for a moment as it dips down low when it looks like Igor's getting ready to veer off the path. But as soon as he corrects himself, it disappears back into the darkness of the cavern. Tiago?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep on going. Keep on walking. Keep to the path.
Would Rose's night vision be pretty decent here? Or is it more of a magical darkness?
It would technically... Hard to
have dark vision, guys.
Let's not start this I have dark vision crap, please.
But I do.
Not underworld darkness.
So it is magical darkness.
So, who's leading?
Not Rose.
I mean, unless Tiago stepped up to lead, Igor was just going to keep walking forward. I think he was the first to wander in, so...
Well, with 2 successes, it takes a while. Roughly about 30 to 40 minutes. By your best guess. Before you come to a location. I need an immediate wits composure from you, Igor.
Roll nostalgia.
You recognize the other village. This is not your village, but it was the other Neolithic village. Or at least a close enough facsimile to it.
I'll kind of stop at the entrance and gaze around. Yeah, what do you know? Somehow we're back here. Do I recognize any of the ghosts meandering about? As ones I potentially broke the plague off of, or are these completely different ghosts?
Way things work, some of them look vaguely familiar, but nobody's exactly the same as they were back then.
Are there any candles here?
There's a few. A lot less.
Okay.
So, it is much darker here.
I will perhaps not like turn around or anything, but I'm just gonna announce, it looks, this must be the end. See if the worm was lying or not. I'm gonna head on up to whoever the closest ghost is and start harassing them for information, I guess.
As you begin to harass them,
what do you know about the ziggurat? What do you know about the dragon? What do you know? Tell me or I'll...
They very much immediately turn to look at Tiago as if to say, help?
Oh. Just less of the too forlorn. Slow it down, we have time.
I am asking them because I'm being polite. We could do this a lot easier, but it is not the polite way to do it.
Well, the other ghost, seeing that not gonna get much help, at least for the time being. The ziggurat? What? I do I was told something about a ziggurat. Actually, hold up. The word sounds familiar, but what is a ziggurat?
The temple out in the ocean of fragments. Have you been stuck in this cave for so long?
We're not allowed to leave this area.
Why not?
He gestures to the longhouse that is a central feature. We are considered a danger because of the individual in there.
And who is the individual in there?
He goes by the name Tordor. Composure check.
Sure, boss. Wits composure or resolve composure? Just composure?
Just
What do you want?
composure.
Just composure.
Just composure.
Gonna fail.
Igor is perfectly composed.
Oh wow.
He looks fine.
Twos and twos and twos.
Plenty of tools.
I've lost.
Igor may be composed, but it's not going to stop him from speaking up.
Oh,
It was for Igor.
Oh.
Igor wouldn't be, or Igor would be the only one that would know the name Tordor.
oh, okay. I rolled the wrong thing. In.
Tell me, is the old fool dead? Or is he... Well, I say, is he in... Should he... Wow, words. Hard. Yeah.
This is all Igor.
Momentary insanity, don't mind me. Is he an echo like the rest of you? Or is he still somewhat alive?
He has more power than us.
Flesh, does he have it still?
It would be best for you to just go see for yourself.
I am merely trying to decide whether or not I would like to walk through the door or delete that longhouse from existence.
It would be unwise for you to tangle with one of our wise.
I've killed him once and I'll do it again.
The look on their face is somebody that doesn't believe anything that you're saying at this moment.
Rose kind of leans into Tiago. Do they not know that they're dead?
I would think they do, but something's not right. They should know.
So, I would recommend that you go in peace and talk with Tordor if you want more information. He would certainly have more information on that structure down there. For he is one of the wise.
Igor will gaze and kind of just stare at that longhouse and for a moment, then turn to the other two with him and tell me, do you two believe that people can change? Do you believe they should be given second chances?
There's only one answer that really means anything here, and that's Tiago's.
I know.
Actually, no, to be fair, both of them, because they technically have their own versions of a second chance. So, yeah, let's actually do this.
Is there anything I can... Oh, sorry. Is there anything I can roll? Because this seems weird. Try and work out what's happening.
You can roll... I mean, intelligence plus occult? What exactly are you trying to figure out?
Just trying to piece together the various bits. Do I know about Tordor? Do I know about where we are right now?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Intelligence occult.
Yeah.
That's a terrible roll. I'm gonna willpower that.
One success. And while Tiago's thinking about this, we'll go ahead and I'll explain it, and then we'll tap into what Rose thinks on Igor's question. As you begin to ponder, the name Tordor would Kalmir or Igor have ever mentioned that name before? Let me ask the two mages that were...
I mean, he may have mentioned it way back in the past, discussing it with the other mages, but he would have no reason to believe that Tordor still exists in ghost form, really.
Igor hasn't had a shred of faculties until about half a day ago.
So no.
But wouldn't the other Geists that have met Ghost Tordor have informed Tiago?
That's fair. You would know maybe of the name Tordor, but you wouldn't know too much other than he has a mutated arm. Something akin to a claw. As for this area looks old. Far older than most places you've seen, even in the underworld. You get the feeling that you're looking at one of the beginnings of human history.
Yeah, just musing out loud of... surprised they're still here.
Röslein.
Mm-hmm.
Your answer for Igor's question about second chances.
Yes. Personally, nobody deserves a second chance. But if you happen to survive your first chance, might as well take up.
Yes. And say you survive that first chance. Should I not just finish the job immediately? You still have a concept of family in this timeline, yes? Say a man kills everything you care about, and then you kill him in return. Should you not kill him again?
Yes. There's no hesitation. Her smile is gone. Yes.
Tiago, your thoughts on the question?
You know, you've been given a second chance. Maybe that's a chance. Maybe that's an opportunity for you to walk away. Trust me, I know a thing or two about second chances. And third, fourth, fifth. If you spend your whole time spending it on revenge, that becomes everything you are. Consumes you.
Why, you're correct, so... Too late to turn back now. He'll have mere seconds to prove that he has changed. Mere seconds.
What do you know about him?
Hmm?
This one, what do you know about him? I'm going to indicate the house. Sorry, that's...
Tordor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, he is responsible for the death of my entire people. Responsible for siding with the plague god. Responsible for spreading its influence. And we killed him for it. And I will do so again.
And again and again.
Back then, I did not have as sharp of a knife as I do today. And I'm gonna start my way over to this longhouse.
You hear the noises of somebody working, it sounds like. Work that you're familiar with, it sounds like working with hard materials. Rock, metal.
Well, I will fling open the door, proudly step inside, and upon any confirmation that this is Tordor, I will begin my monologuing.
At first you see a cloaked individual working over a forge. As soon as the door comes up, he stands to his full height, turns, and the massive claw, pustulant-looking claw arm is plainly seen. You know, the last person I would expect to be at my door.
Your past is caught up to you. You have 30 seconds to prove to me why I should not remove you from existence right now.
Because you can't. You never could.
Okay. Well, time to start my spells. You know what? We'll use some mind here. We're gonna be a bad person.
Ooh.
I have a feeling Rose is like, ooh, that looks like my claws.
Neat! Where'd you get it? Can I have it?
Infinitely more interesting this person is to Rose.
She likes the freaky
arm thing.
Is.
Spells required. Arcanum 5. Primary factor duration. Yeah, okay.
Is there a withstand to this or anything?
Yeah, it is withstood by resolve. Which
he does
as a ghost would be
could
resistance.
Resisted by resistance.
Is it resistance? I thought it was resisted by rank by inferior entities. Am I insane? Or is that just specific spells? Because I remember complaining about how mages could just completely bully like rank 5 spirits and whatnot. Hold on.
I don't recall.
I don't think mage we dealt with a lot of ephemeral
No, we did
entities.
not. Let me double check. Where does it talk about withstand? Withstanding magic here.
Well, thankfully, I have something up my sleeve, even if it is.
Great.
I have a dirty little secret that's gonna come out very shortly.
Yeah, it's that I'm fighting the Contagion, and he's gonna roll 40 dice. Does not mention.
Well, then, if it...
So maybe it's specific spells that I'm thinking of. Never mind.
Okay. So...
Anyways, unfortunately, it's gonna suck because potency isn't the
primary.
The spell sucks, actually. Yeah, potency isn't even the primary.
Give me your roll.
Let me figure out. Let me take a guess on how many. I could just do an advanced potency and make it a.
Oh, I did not mean to roll initiative there.
Yeah, let's make this terrible. We need more paradox.
How many paradox die am I rolling?
A lot. 10.
10 plus 5 or just 10 straight?
Just 10.
3 successes.
Excellent. All right. Okay, here's my gnosis. Okay, those are my 3 successes.
And then the withstand roll.
The actual spell is.
Oh, sorry. I need to wait for your actual spell.
No, withstand is just I have to apply potency, so it is because it's advanced potency, and I did it at 4. It's a withstand of 6, so. I mean, I assume he has more resistance than 6, so this won't work regardless.
Yeah,
but...
he has, yes, he has more resistance than that.
But I can't just directly impose a persistent condition on the spell's subject, because I have 3 paradox reaches.
And what condition is that?
I don't know, what's a good condition? Is comatose a condition?
That seems more like a tilt.
Yeah, that's a tilt.
Yeah. What's a good condition to apply here?
Shaken? Trigger? Crazy?
Shaken will work, I guess. I don't even know what it does, but we'll do
I don't know. I just know it's a condition. I don't remember what it does. Spooked, I think, is another condition.
It does nothing.
Oh.
Well. Anyways, it doesn't matter. As my spell doesn't work, we can give him shaken if not.
Alright.
Well, it doesn't actually debuff him or anything, so.
Ineffectual as usual. The only reason you killed me the first time was because you had, what was it, bronze statues beating the living hell out of me? Wasn't even by your own hand.
I really don't want to sturdy my hands with your blood. It's not worth it. But I did that because I had perhaps valued what you might still know. Oblivion, annihilation is still an option.
And such interesting people you travel with. What? The others couldn't stand your smell anymore?
The others were always foolish.
On that, we can actually agree. I just believe you're as big of a fool as they are. But, hey, at least you've come around to my side of thinking on a few things. Why don't you introduce your friends here? It is rude, since you barged into my home.
I don't believe I need to introduce them. I will simply pose another question, and if you fail to answer it, we will continue to destroy you. I fail to see how they are relevant here. They may introduce themselves if they wish. I don't care.
Looks over at the two of you.
What happened to your arm?
I changed it to something more effective.
You're like me? And she spends her Vitae to grow her own claws. I could do that. Mine's on both.
I could have done both. I chose one. What you have done versus what I have done are not the same, but not the same in method, but effect and usage is the same. You moved dead flesh, I moved living flesh.
But you're dead?
This was from before I died. He gestures to Igor to see if Igor will go ahead and let credence to his words there.
Like I was saying earlier, flesh, stone, all of it is something that can be shaped. The man speaks truth this time.
I never once lied.
Yes, I could think of a few things, but you would not hear them.
And what about you? I see the tag-along you have. Gestures towards Ishmael.
Not so much.
Could you repeat that, please?
Not so much more.
He's a robot.
More intrinsically connected. That was my.
Yeah, your internet's doing its best to die.
Oh no.
Close down.
Live, Jack, live! Come on!
We'll jump back to you in a second. Just give me a thumbs up when you think you've got your internet under control. So that question that you had.
I originally came here to ask about... I sought information about that ziggurat. I wanted to know what it's been up to. Sorry, this whole standing in a field of lies again is still getting used to it all, but unfortunately, I don't think you're going to tell me anything I don't already know. At least, not willingly.
I was abandoned. Left here. Up until, well, that dragon started becoming more active. And it's at this point. You have mage sight on?
I'm pretty sure I'm stuck in my abyssal mage sight at all times, I'm pretty sure. So, I feel like I would have flipped on death sight to see if he was actually a ghost at minimum.
The simple answer to that is yes, he's a ghost. The more difficult answer to that is he is somehow still awakened. Which that should not be a thing.
Very interesting.
And it's at this point when when he starts talking about the dragon, once that thing started destroying the dominions around here, more and more people began to fall sick. An entity grew in power and made contact with me. At this point, you notice a surge of life arcana.
Well, I don't have Prime because I don't have Counterspell, and I can't use my Abyssal Counterspell because I'm not the template I thought I was going to be, so I guess I'm fucked.
He's not casting a spell, you just notice that the arcana's flaring around him.
So you haven't changed. Pity. I almost believed in a second chance.
Oh, no. There are many different ways to change. Am I as blinded by his glory as I once was? Nah. Being down here changes your perspective on things. This entire time, I'm pretty sure you're aware, I've been sizing the three of you up. Because if you're down here, well, you're looking for a way. I'm just trying to decide if you've got what it takes.
And what does it take?
If I had the answer to that, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
So you're trying to decide if we have what it takes, but you don't know what it takes. So you can't decide anything?
It means I have to make a gut call.
With, like, I don't think, there's no, mind sympathetic connections aren't a thing, correct? It's just space, time. I'm asking the other mage. Not the other mage, but Peter. Clarify this for me for a second. I'm not just misremembering, right?
Yeah, sympathetic connections are mainly space, but you can probably get around that with a bit of mind. Search for... You'd have to search his memories for mental connections. Like, does he remember this person? How close was he? Does he know about that thing? That's the purview of mind.
No, I mean, I have space. I just didn't know if I needed to look for mind as well.
What is it you're trying to do?
I was just trying to see if he has a sympathetic connection to the Contagion still.
I don't think you'd need mind for that.
No, but I didn't know if I needed to do it with mind. I don't know why I'm asking these questions, I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure, like, search for see sympathetic connection is just it's either a part of mage sight or it's a 1-dot spell.
It's yeah, it's a spell.
Tiago?
Sorry, 4. No, it's just up and down between red and green.
Gonna want to try to restart it.
Seems to be holding for the moment. Let's just... I won't touch anything. Let's see how it goes. Sorry, yeah, where were we?
Discussing on whether or not he's changed any from the last time Igor met him.
But, yeah, if possible, I'm going to use that one dot spell correspondence.
I'll roll the thing, but let's let
Yeah.
Live have the floor for a moment.
I think I've been trying to fix things. So you do what you need.
That spell goes off without a hitch.
Correct. So, yeah, I would... looking for... I just did 4 of the oldest and strongest sympathetic connections, because I assume that would be enough, but who knows?
Sympathetic connections. The 4 oldest? And that's it?
Oldest and strongest.
Yeah,
Well,
for each...
Go ahead.
Each level of potency, the mage learns... Actually, I would have even had more free potency, but whatever. Learns one of the subject's sympathetic links. The spell reveals the subject's oldest and strongest links first. To understand these connections in the same manner the subject thinks of them, etc. My childhood home, not the exact address. Yada yada yada. I'm just trying to see if the contagion still has some kind of control over him. I don't know if this is just a one dot space spell, but...
There is a connection to the contagion. However, you are able to tell it's not the oldest, nor is it the strongest. The oldest and the strongest are sympathetic links to other beings and the village itself.
Okay. The way you speak, you seem to... It seems like you're trying to give off the impression that you're not under its control anymore. Is this what you're trying to convince me?
Convince is a very strong word. I am telling you how it is. Whether or not you are convinced, that is for you to decide. I will not try to influence your mind one way or the other. Well, at least not in the way that we are prone to. I believe I had made a comment that I want to be on the winning side. Things have changed considerably in however many centuries, decades have gone. I do not believe that his victory is so as assured as it was back then.
And it has only taken several thousand years of you sitting in this hut to come to that conclusion, hmm?
Now, don't be putting words in my mouth. Didn't take several thousand, as you stated, years. Give me at least a little credit. You only beat me in a, what, 7v1?
Five v1.
I think there were more than that, honestly. I think it was closer to 7.
No, there were the 3 mages and then 2 dogs. That was it.
You also had something else, if I remember correctly.
I had a dirt man. He didn't do anything. I had a dirt man that existed only for like throwing things through the door. He didn't count.
Yes, he did. At least.
Well, that's still 6v1.
4 doors counting.
Well then, maybe I will ask my questions then. I want to know what you know about that ziggurat, how it's here. It is on both sides. And I want to know what they've done to the dragon. You must understand this contagion is born of lies, and I find it so painfully difficult to gaze upon them for extended periods of time.
Lies, it is the very essence of the supernal. Which at this point, I'm pretty sure Rose's and Tiago's eyes are glossed over because now they're talking like high-level stuff.
Metaphysics. Rose is now kind of wandering around the hut looking at whatever they're working on.
It looks to be simple bronze tools.
Are you? You claim to wake above the others, but you don't understand. This supernal, it's nothing but a web of lies.
You have.
I cannot make you see the truth. That's something you have to find for yourself. But I can assure you that the fallen is born of the supernal. Both are a lie.
As for the ziggurat was mostly underwater up until relatively recently. There was some sort of event that brought it to the surface. Whatever that event is probably why it exists between places now. The dragon, from what I understand, it was contained with the god. And having such a close prison probably allowed for all levels of corruption.
I guess we're back to the folly of the others that they decided to seal it away instead of dealing with it.
Stealing works to an extent. It gave time for people to think, come up with better ideas. At least looks directly at Igor. I hope that's the case. I am curious. You've asked me a number of questions. Let me ask you one of mine. How are you alive?
Like I've already explained, life is a lie. Aging, time, life. Grow past the supernal vision of it all.
All right.
I've seen what it is for myself, and I deny it. I reject it.
All right then, keep your secrets as it would seem.
Secrets? I have told you exactly how I have done it. Reject the sopanel and embrace the truth. There is only one final destination for us all, and that is of oblivion. If it were not for the contagion, for these great lies that the tyrants send, we would be consigned to peaceful oblivion. And we would not live these lieful? That's not a word. Lie-filled lives that we do.
So, that dragon carries a approximation of the entity's power. Find a way to deal with it and you'll deal a major blow. From what I've been able to understand, the entity relies on being fractured at this moment. Because it is fractured, it is able to fight on multiple fronts. If you're able to take care of these fractions of itself, dealing with the whole will be easier.
Yes, that was the plan. Their plan, I believe, from the start. And I'm going to turn to the other two. That plan, did they have any success? The rest of them that all exploded on that metal machine.
Well, I heard that they nuked the first one, but they didn't come back from the second one. I don't know how that went.
I love the fact that Röslein was not paying attention to rum. Got it.
That's about everything we know. From what the little guy was saying, it was that they weren't back. That was it.
Well, that is a lovely jar of no information.
You must forgive them. They are... If you are still sleeping, they have not even begun to think of sleeping yet. That is how far they are. You must forgive them.
At least they walk.
They walk as simply more condensed lies. The shard of truth that men carry is clouded by how dense the lie wraps around them.
I do not mean to speak of the two of you as if you're not here. I do apologize.
Oh, don't worry. Apparently we're not. Despite the fact I could leave and... For all this talk about being shrouded in a lie... If I go...
Could you repeat that last bit?
And leave him, he's stuck here with you in the underworld. So, what would you say about...
Here.
What would you say about the liar? The one who believes the lie, whatever. Because right here, in this world, you play by my rules.
Your rules are lies. I don't abide by lies. I could leave at any moment I choose.
Please do. Go on. Go. Let the grown-ups a perpetual childhood.
I don't care either way. I just want to kill the dragon. Truth, lies, anything in between.
How can a child have more sense than you?
Sounds fun.
Because to kill the dragon, you need to understand that it is a shard of truth wrapped in lie, which is how I intended to free it.
You know what? If you talk about truth and lies once more, I really hope that it just comes in and kills all of us, because this is making you're a pain in the ass, you know that. You're a strange lump on a testicle. That's what you are. You're the human equivalent of a strange lump on a testicle.
At this, Tordor breaks down laughing, and he goes, "You know, I like him."
I try.
Because I agree with him. You talk about things being truth and lies, and yet nothing you say has made even a lick of sense. It feels like I've been talking to somebody that has been living a fantasy for I don't know how long. The supernal itself is the very essence of truth. So whatever has clouded your vision, unfortunately, has you twisted.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of the Contagion Chronicle, The World Plague, the conclusion to the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, what is this plague that invades both body and mind?